Your relationship with Michael Jackson is something of history. You gotta tell us about that, brother. You gotta tell us about Mike.
What do you want to know?
We're huge Michael Jackson fans.
Did you ever meet him?
No, unfortunately, no. Never
Really?
seen him in
Oh, that's
concert
too
or
bad.
nothing, man.
That's too bad. Well, he had a magic, man, that's for sure. There was an energy. When he walked into the room, you didn't even have to look. You just knew that he was there. You could feel his presence, man.
I can feel
It
your
was
aura
crazy.
from hanging out with Michael Jackson.
How's it feel?
You're like
Does it feel good?
Oprah's friend, Gail. You know, you hung out with Michael Jackson so much. You're beaming, brother. You're shining. There was a night you got to spend with Michael Jackson, just you and Michael Jackson alone in a hotel room. You guys went to Disney World that day. There was nobody else around.
Oh no, Mike and I spent a lot of time together. There was many nights.
What was he like? What was the man like? Did he smoke weed?
Hell no. Are you
Come on, he
kidding me?
smoked a little bit of weed.
Not even a little bit, dude.
Come on, I
Not
heard
even
rumors.
a touch. He was as straight-laced as they came. He didn't swear. You didn't talk about sex around him. You didn't talk about anything. No dirty language.
You gotta understand something, man. You hung out with Michael Jackson. You understand that?
You get that?
You did
Not just
something-
once either. You didn't
Right.
win a contest and spend 5 minutes with him backstage. He was your boy.
You've done
You
something.
used to talk to him on the
You
phone.
have done something who everybody in this room, in this whole city, in this world, would have punched, would have killed a man with their bare hands.
You know what a great night was? A great night, because I never hung out with him in New York. I always wanted to hang out with him. You know, I was like, you see the tabloids, right? Like, oh, Michael at Disneyland, or Michael in New York, or Michael doing these crazy things, and you'd be like, I want to be there doing that with him. And I'd always end up doing those things with him.
That's
like,
what I'm
every time,
saying.
right?
You're acting like an angel.
So here's the thing. The best thing was like, after the Madison Square Garden concert in 2001, right before 9/11. I mean, like
Right, when he started to
literally
get a
right.
little flaky.
Yeah. Right before the hit the fan, right? This was the last time him and I spoke. Because what happened was, and you can read about it in the book, but we had like our first night, which was like really cool, and I went to Tavern on the Green with them. We had a big after party, and then it was like 2 days later we got in this big fight. But then, 2 days before we got in the big fight, I'm in the caravan. We're like, it's 2001, like people are over Michael Jackson, right? It was he's not what he used to be. That's what you think. And you get in the caravan, man, you get in that caravan, and I mean, it was like 20 cars going through the city, fans rushing out of buildings. People literally rush out of Michael Jackson, how the hell do you know who's driving by in the damn car? How the hell do you know?
Because
but
you can
people
smell
were
him.
just like, oh my God, it's Michael.
You can feel the aura.
You know, can I tell you how much fun it was when we'd be on the big pirate ship ride at Neverland? And we're like sitting out there and there's nobody there and he's like, ho! And I'm like, who are you hoeing to, man? There ain't nobody here.
He's hoeing to
It's
you,
empty.
man. He was doing that for you. And oh my God, I just got chills.
Right, he was trying to impress you.
He was?
But that was
But
for
I was
you,
like,
man.
but I was like 30, man.
Listen,
Who gives a
That
you
negates
said
your
it.
whole
I'm like
point.
50 right now.
That
He did it for
negates
me.
your whole point.
Brother, you said it in your book. You realized he never turns off. He
Yeah,
never stops.
that's true.
So nobody
No,
was there at
we
Neverland
mean-
but you.
Yeah.
He was hoeing for you.
Oh, well, that makes
He
me
was
feel
being
special.
your hoe.
That makes me...
He was hoeing out for you.
No, listen, we would get on those bumper cars. He had those bumper cars, right? And he's playing his music. He's playing Black or White. He gets out of the bumper car and literally leaps from the car into the middle center thing, which is like an island, and starts dancing.
You know how much money I'd pay to see
Smoke,
that?
there's like smoke and lights. It's like my own private concert inside his bumper car tent. Now, those are the moments. But let me tell you, there's one more story I'm gonna share, which is that I found something, which I now have in my possession, from 30 years ago. And what it was is an audio cassette of Michael and I in the back of a limo for 40 minutes just talking about whatever.
You don't have it on YouTube?
How much you want for it?
How much you want
No, it's worth millions. It's
All
worth
right.
millions. It's Michael
Name
right
your
between,
price.
listen, right between Thriller and Bad, and me between Stand By Me and Lost Boys. Like, we're both like literally at the prime of our young
I
careers.
don't want it for you. I want to edit your parts out and put me there.
That's a good idea.
Is it possible that once you grew up and you had all kind of facial hair and you're a grown man, he didn't want to hang out with you no more because he's a kid inside and he loves to be around other kids?
Well, that is true. But
And he
see,
never
the thing
grew
is,
up.
I'm a big kid inside too, because we had the same.
But when he saw you in
unfortunate childhood.
2001,
But now you're a hairy
he
kid.
saw you all standing there, chest manned out. You're not a little
Trying to
kid
holler
no
at
more.
chicks.
You're
Let me
all
explain.
handsome. You're all
Hey, Mike,
a
Mike,
man.
check out them
Let me-
bitches.
let me-
Check
You got
out them
a
bitches,
hottie
Mike.
on
Let me
your
explain
arm.
something to you. Mike and I were friends for 18 years, okay?
And then-
So we
then you
met
grew a mustache.
when I was 13. So the point is, from 16 until 35, when we were friends that whole time, obviously it wasn't because I was a kid.
I'm not saying he
we had
wanted
a
to be with
connection.
you of a sexual nature.
Wow, it's
I'm
over
saying he
explaining.
was a kid inside. He likes to be around other kids.
What do you
But
try? What would you
those
like to hear?
kids grow
What would
up.
you like to hear? What is the answer you want to hear?
I want to hear. Did he not want to hang out with you no more because you
Sure,
weren't a kid
okay, that's
anymore?
what happened then. That's
Okay.
what happened. You know best.
Thank you. See, Shaggy? I
see,
was
I
right
knew
all
it, right?
along.
Well done.
The more you grow up into a man, you're not into
Right,
the
'cause
water
25
fight balloons
doesn't-
anymore.
25 doesn't count,
You
right?
don't want to ride on them.
That's not true. I want to use the water balloons. I want to go on rides.
You're not into
What's
squirt
wrong?
gun
Don't
fights.
tell me what I want to do. Should we go right now?
Sure, now you want to, now that Mike dumped you.
You know, I'll be honest. Would I let my kids hang out with Michael Jackson? No, because I would want to hang out with him. I would tell him, no, you cannot hang out with my 9-year-old son. I will be the 9-year-old for you. I want to sleep in your bed with you.
Right.
I want to have a water balloon fight.
Right.
I want to have a
Exactly.
squirt gun fight. Most of all, I want to ride the Ferris wheel, and I want to stop at the very top of it, and I want to smoke a joint with you.